So that's the Zoom should be going. Now we need to connect it to the live. Is the live streaming
This bit. That's YouTube. Oh,
Oh, we did. I was starting.
what's that?
Oh yeah, I can see you. Yeah, what you're seeing is what I'm seeing.
Okay, this. Oh, yeah, but this isn't now.
No, it's always slightly delayed.
Oh,
There's always a lag.
Tiny bit of delay.
live.
I
What are
don't-
you seeing now?
I'm seeing what, it's slightly delayed, but I'm seeing what.
Okay. I mean, do you want to? I can't get this out of work.
Let's just get on.
Do you want me just to go from this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we turn the volume on.
What are you seeing now?
yeah, well, that seems to be working.
Yeah. Yes.
So we'll go with it and hope that it works. Okay.
Well, it's working, that's probably better than nothing.
I'll come out, so we don't think that I'm on. No, but fine.
I can see everybody just apart from Lovely.
That's
That's fine.
Yes.
And you're live.
Excellent.
You can turn it a little bit first.
Yeah.
I'll get
Towards
less than you.
You go from that, and the other together way, that's it.
Yes, the hours. Yes.
Where's the?
Yeah, you've got to wait for it to catch up. Don't worry.
It'd be slightly delayed, but
No, it's
No, it's the other way.
That's what the
We're doing it on
is
the
doing it from the laptop.
I just want to from.
No. Okay.
I'll sit there.
That's it.
Yeah, well, hang on. Let's deal with it. Well,
Unless you fit where, unless you fit
I've got it in there.
let's.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Just, yeah, right. Okay, let's get started.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, please, can you say, right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Community Engagement Committee meeting on Tuesday, 28th of July. Before we start, we don't have anybody to clerk the meeting this evening. Our clerk is absent because she's absent. So we need to, as a committee, decide on somebody that is willing to take the minutes, or to make notes, and take minutes. And just to make clear, the person that takes the minutes is not clerking the meeting, they're merely taking minutes for us. So do we have anyone? So Leslie is nominating herself to take the minutes. I'm happy to second that. So can we vote on that? So Leslie, to help you out, there is a pad with gaps for you to write the answers. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Okay, so I'd like to welcome everybody here. And we have one member of the public here, Adrian. Adrian, have you got anything that you would like to raise or anything that's community engagement?
Just that Saturday was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday was a cracking
Yeah.
success. Big up to everybody who was involved in that.
yeah. So we will be doing like a verbal report on that a bit later in the meeting. But yeah, I think everyone that did attend will agree that Saturday was a fabulous evening. So thank you for that. Okay, if there's no other members, we'll move on with the agenda proper. So do we have any apologies for absence? We do.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
It's Jasmine, yes.
Councillor Messen, and her reasons for absence is in line with our standing order 26E. Okay. I believe. Okay, so that's been accepted. The next thing is the minutes from the last meeting. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes? And is there anything that anyone wants to raise?
Nothing for me, no.
I also realised I just scooted over item number 2, which was declaration of interest, so I'll go back to that.
Well, the minutes has end rather abruptly, there's no end time. It just says, update on social costs, the committee received the report on social club attendance. 125 206 and 206 207. Anything about what we discussed, and then it doesn't say anything about what time we used an ending, I don't know, it normally would go on the bottom.
Okay, so I've
I mean, I'd sent an email regarding a few issues, but I could see that some of them haven't been
And some of them
acknowledged.
And
Well,
then
they have, yeah,
the
but
thing is that there's so many amendments that needed to be done, and it's, I don't think that we can list them, if I'm honest.
okay, in regards to the time, I have looked back through and it's not always been recorded. If that's something that we want recorded, then I think.
I think the minutes need to be a bit more, we need to provide a bit more information than they actually do. On it, because otherwise, on say for instance, it says the committee received a verbal report from some fair, which was positive. Well, the committee received a verbal report from the summer fair. Well, you don't receive a verbal report from the summer fair, you receive it about the summer fair.
Yeah,
And then it says the committee discussed a cinema night and music event. And then it doesn't say anything about whether the report is noted, it doesn't say anything about what we actually discussed about cinema night, what we'll be doing. And then the same thing for the community day, well, they do communication budgets, that's fine. And then update on social club, committee received a report on social club attendance. What were the attendance figures really, I mean, what did we know? Even if we haven't resolved, what did we know, what did we discuss? Like I say, it's no end time in it, and I don't think that, I mean, I can do a summary of amendments.
I mean, I've got an email,
minutes.
or if you want me to go through it, but I just feel the email's been sent once,
Yeah.
but we've had 2 emails with
Yeah.
amendments, so.
I'm
I
not,
just feel this is a binding document and we put our name to it, so I'd rather it be correct.
and I agree,
Especially when we are being scrutinised.
I am gonna defend just a little bit, because obviously there has been a lot going on, I know, you know, staff are entitled to their holiday. And some of the emails that have come back in may not have had time to be actioned, so, you know, I think, note it, the emails that have gone into the council will have been noted, but it's just not necessarily that there's been the time for anyone to action it yet. So I hear and I have read.
I think we all accept that there are staffing not necessarily problems or issues, but that people need to take their own, and that's absolutely fine. But I think going forward.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody's saying we need verbatim minutes, because that is not what minutes should be.
Yeah.
But it should give
A bit more flesh.
Sentence about what we actually discussed, rather than saying we just discussed something. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause this clarifies, and I was gonna say, we've questioned a few things before in meetings, and then we've gone back to the minutes. So to me, if a set of minutes come, or we question, say for example, in this meeting, in theory, the minutes should clarify what was agreed. And I know the last community engagement, there was a few corrections about, for example, the bands, how many that.
Yeah.
And actually, when we went back to the minutes, it kind of wasn't recorded correctly, so we actually clarified, this is what we requested, so I completely agree
Oh,
with
that,
Leslie.
then that, like,
Because
when
my
the
name's
application has gone in there
Yeah.
actually under the minutes. So it says following amendments to minutes CDC 010B. Consistent.
Yeah.
Just need some.
Sometimes simple things, like, CO15, spelling, standing orders, spelling mistake. Do you know what, it's just,
Yeah.
just checking basics.
Yeah, we did mention that in emails to correct it, and it's not been corrected
Yeah.
on the minutes that you are now going to be signing
Yeah.
as a correct record.
Yeah.
So we need to highlight that has been, that is spelling mistake in there.
Okay.
And things like that.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
Whilst also acknowledging that we know that.
Yeah.
The stuff is in our content.
yeah, so,
But we just need to be mindful that this is a legal document. I mean, you can put whatever you want in reports, but this is a legal document of what's been decided. And in next year, when you kind of think, well, what did we do? This is what you should be consulting, and if it's got no information in it, then it's.
okay, so what I'm going to suggest is that we take note of the emails, we take note that the fact that the clerk who isn't here today to clerk
Yeah.
possibly hasn't had time to do those amendments, and I'm going to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But I am going to still sign these.
Yes.
But if in the notes that you're taking, you can make that note, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll record it in there.
Yeah. And I realised that I did make a small error in judgment, and I did actually jump the declarations of interest. So has anyone got a declaration of interest? Sorry.
No.
No.
Not at all.
So we obviously, for the record,
Well,
I have
yeah.
got those things out of sync.
The only one with, actually, no, I will actually, because we were talking about the hub, so I have to clear the interest there, but I don't think it's anything. We're not voting on stuff, it's information.
But which one? Which agenda item you know?
You're voting on it? I thought you were going, okay. You voted on something work.
Oh, item
Yeah,
11.
the working group.
Item 11.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it. Right. 11.
And I assume that's because we volunteered.
Okay, then I'm gonna speak on, go, because I volunteer, so I'm gonna speak as a member of public, because obviously you're gonna move me out at that point in time. So I'm gonna speak now. Having gone through the email.
Through the chair.
Yes, sorry, Chair. I'm gonna speak very quickly now, so we've only it's only 15 minutes. I went through a lot of the stuff that was sent to us, and obviously we were in the working group, and there was a few things in there that I don't think that we discussed in the manner that we did. So things like the colouring pencils and the pens, they were specific to proper, they're just normal colouring brands that we looked into and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, I personally would like this to be looked into further, because I feel that but having said that, I mean, you're talking about like the actual bits that you're voting on are different to what the list of what we're spending money on. We purposely spoke about proper colouring pens, which I said we have in the cupboard.
So, okay, I'll take that on board, and when we get to that bit in the agenda, we'll, as a member of the public, raise it again, and I'll allow you to speak as a member of the public, because it makes sense for it, so I note it and it makes sense for you to discuss it as a member of the public in that part of the meeting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right, any other declarations of interest? No, okay, so obviously we've done the minutes as well, the council clerk report, do you want me to go through it, or is there anything you want me to, you want to ask questions? It will be, some of it will be, notes taken and go back, because obviously I can't answer everything. There is one thing that I have already raised, if there's been a mistake on caretaker, and it should be caretaker. On the school bench project. Okay, sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, I was just going to talk about the volunteer bit. I mean, obviously, I've been raising this now for quite a long time. I just feel like I've actually, I had looked at a strategy from other parishes, so what I would do is share that information, because I just think, so I've been asking about volunteer strategies. When I first raised it, everyone went, parish guardians. I went, no, parish guardians is a separate volunteer thing all on its own. It's about Walton Community Council having a volunteer programme. If you look into parishes, a lot of parishes have volunteer programmes where some will do allotments, some will do, we're not saying one person do everything. You know, for example, one person volunteers at the hub, don't volunteer everything else. One person volunteers at the market. It could be several people, but I've been asking for a very long time for us to put some kind of policy in where we can actually start getting people on board. So if you tell me we're busy, actually let's get some people, start getting people. There's a lot of people out there who really want to help their community.
Just, yeah, I think that's brilliant, and we started working on that, and we've had at least over 5 to 10 people just come up to us on Saturday and say, how can we get involved?
Yeah.
We'd love to get involved.
So that is something that I know is going forward, but I've taken, obviously, some of
We've
the
got June 26th there. We're in nearly August on Saturday.
yeah, so but then it also says 21st to the 7th, no further updates. So you know, so I take it and I put a note, and obviously we'll go forward, and it'll be, you know, it will be on the next agenda anyway, because it'll be on the clerk's report. Sorry, George.
I think this brings up something that we discussed at a previous meeting about the WCC pavilion at our events. We do have people coming to approach us, but we should be making more of a statement at our pavilion. We used to once upon a time
Gazebo.
have
You mean?
yes, at our gazebo. We used to have information boards. We used to advertise some of the things we do. We used to promote some of these things. So when people come up and talk to us, we're not just a bit of shade from the sun. We are actually there to engage with the public and inform them on what we have done, what we are doing. Perhaps we could be talking to them about a volunteer program. That would be the place to reach out and make our points. We should be having either some sort of leaflets or something that are there that we can hand out and say, this is the type of thing that you could get involved with. Maybe some sheets to take down people's details if they want to leave numbers. That is where we should be doing something. And at the current moment, all we are is a gazebo and a couple of.
No, I will agree with you. And, you know, I get what you're gonna say historically and stuff like that, but I am gonna defend the staff a little bit. You know, we've got relatively new staff that had to hit the ground running for the events. And for a lot of it, I think they have done admirably, you know, and you know, Saturday is testament to that. So I think, yeah, I've made all these notes, and I will take it forward and speak to the relevant people and get it set up. Hopefully, it's not going to happen for Saturday, which is the next community market. But I think going forward, I think, you know, now we've got the staff in place, we've got to give them a little bit of a chance, to find their feet and find out what they're doing. Sorry, before you, I'm not sure whether it was Leslie or Luxana first.
I was just thinking, can we fold the volunteer strategy into our main strategy? That's language of issue from the notes of the meeting to say we should include this in that to come up with a volunteer strategy.
I don't know, is the honest answer. I wasn't at the strategy meeting, so I don't know what was discussed.
It just means it doesn't get left off then.
Yeah.
If it's on the main strategy.
Yeah,
We're going to move that, it forms part of our strategy document.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
yeah,
I vote on that.
Sorry, I haven't.
yeah, no, I'm happy for that to go, go on there, that, you know, the volunteer strategy goes as part of the main strategy document, forward. So yes, is everyone happy for that, vote on that?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Leslie, you had your hand up.
Yeah, can we, when we send out these reports, if we know that the deadline has been missed, because for instance, the deadline has been missed on every single one of these. And I understand what you're saying about staff and being new, that's absolutely
Yeah.
fine. But instead of just leaving the deadline,
Thank them.
you know, that we've just not met anything, can we actually have a think about what the alternate deadline will be? So even if we've had a deadline, like for instance, that says May 2025, if we know now that it's likely that the deadline is going to be, say, August, can we just put a note in there to say revised to August?
Yeah,
So that we can, so that we know then when the deadline is likely to be, if it's been changed.
yeah.
Because there's no point having March 25, when
So
this map says March 25, but I
there's,
understand that things move.
there's a couple of things on here that I will discuss, is the banner for the community hub. Now, I've seen the banner, which is more, it's one of these foamy, you know, the ones like that's on the changing room,
I don't know, we saw one.
yeah, and it's got
We saw it.
it's got food thingy that way, community hub that way,
Yeah.
and it's going to go on the wall just out there. So that is actually it's ready to go. It's just not up yet. So technically that is done. The other thing is obviously the warm space budget. We're going to be discussing a little bit further on in the meeting. So technically, part of that is done as well. I know it's some of it is ongoing, but part of it is done, and it was technically agreed in June. So the deadline, although it's passed now,
Yeah.
it was discussed and everything in the right time thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, but what I'm saying is, when this report was written, hopefully it was written in July, because we're in July. It still said June 26th, and yet it says, the working group took place on 24th of June.
Yeah.
The report was presented to the meeting, this meeting, which
Yeah,
is
we
July.
Yeah, we,
So we know it can't be
Yeah.
done before July.
yeah,
But all I'm saying
Yeah.
is that if we know it's not going to be done before July, why have we still got the deadline of
Yeah.
June 26th?
okay. No, that's
That's
fine.
one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Thank you, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was just going off the volunteer strategy, it was I keep saying, nothing personal, I know there's holidays, I know there's stuff. But obviously, I've been up very long, and I agree with Leslie, it's just noting that we've hit it, so you've covered
Yeah.
that part of it. And it's just that, I just feel like at the moment, we keep saying we're very busy, very busy, very busy, and I am on board with that, I get it. We had staff on board when you started asking for all this stuff, and I kind of feel like at some point we have to say, that's not an excuse anymore, and yeah, just it's kind of updating and letting us know where you know, where we're going, that's all it is, because obviously I get, like Saturday, you said a lot of people came and asked, I get asked a lot. And 12 months down the line, I'm going, oh my God, I know, there's no one's talking to me. I've emailed, I can only email so many times and go, unless you email, this is what you're getting, just email yourself and ask. But even then, people are then coming to me and going, I've asked, no one's getting back to me. So you can see the frustrations in people. People just genuinely want to help. That's what it is. So I just feel this needs to.
I think one of the things, I think this was one of the things that we discussed as part of our strategy and about the communications, not just from residents, but internally as well, and communication between councillors and staff. So that was part of the discussion. So
Well, as I say, I can't.
I know you want to,
Yeah,
but hopefully then that is being taken on.
Yeah.
We've only just received the strategy document, that's absolutely fine, but now we need to make sure that we are actually going to implement what's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say the school bench, I did see it. It's not working.
it's not gonna, and obviously the school bench isn't gonna happen till September because the school out.
Right. But I've seen it.
So I'll put that there
Yeah.
in our notes then, that
Yeah.
the school bench will be. So that will have a deadline of September.
But I would,
Once they get back to school, wouldn't they?
I would possibly put October.
I think we do have a date for September, I'm just waiting for clarification.
Okay, so what,
They want to do a trip to allotments,
right,
they've asked them to do a trip to allotment just for kids, and I've asked if we could tie in the bench
yeah,
project with it.
yeah.
So Kirsty, is there any deadlines that you know on this list?
What, that meetings?
No, not completed, but what are the revised deadlines? You know, and if. Apart from
I think
September.
Greg said yesterday there wasn't, was there, apart from,
Yeah, I mean, the school bench project, we're looking at doing that in September. The
Yeah,
volunteers, we are working on that.
yeah,
So our next, we've got, I mean, obviously we won't have anything, I don't think, in place for the cinema night, which is in a couple of weeks, and then we've got the markets. So, but I would definitely say that towards the end of the year, Christmas, I would love to say that we've got volunteers in place for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then for going forward next year,
Yeah.
100%.
Excellent.
okay, scheme of delegated authority, sorry, we know the council clerk's report with the things that we've discussed in it. So yeah, I know the council clerk's report with things that we discussed in it. Yeah, 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 George,
we to accept.
yeah, we accept that, yeah, we to accept that. Okay, the scheme of delegated authority, there were 3 taken this month. One of them was we needed to pay a deposit to one of the bands for the Walton Fest. The movie change, which strictly speaking, didn't need possibly a soda, a delegated authority, but we thought it was best to. And the purchase of the banners was agreed as well.
I'm thinking of the third film, and if you just read, I'm sure early else.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, so is everyone happy to accept those delegated decisions?
Can you just ask about the date, because it does, the date was the 7th of July. Oh, no, that's right, because that was the Walton Fest was this weekend.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
So, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And everyone happy to accept those?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So standing items is the community engagement work programme. So basically anything that's in green is either completed or arranged. There are a couple of things that are also on either on the agenda. And is there anything on there that anyone wants to discuss? I've got some notes from some of the things. Is there anything that anyone wants to discuss in there? I may be able to help, I may not be able to help. Yes, sir.
First one, cinema, like, can we just let people know what films there is? Sucks. I mean,
Right,
I was arguing with what somebody said, and no, it's not that one.
I
I
believe,
realised it's Encanto today.
I believe
I knew that.
that's in hand,
Yes.
isn't it? So my understanding is that they're going to do a teaser this
Yeah.
week
Yeah,
and then kind of go live next week or
Yeah.
next week or so.
very similar to how we did the music fest, where we did a little come in, sort of, a little, we might even do like a little teaser of a clip or something, and we might do a little teaser and they guess the film or something along those lines.
Can I literally just done on the Walton Fest? I like the idea of the teaser, but I've had every man and his dog asking me about the bands and stuff, because we did the teaser and then I'm, what are they playing? And I'm like, just, I know sometimes the team don't leave the teaser space too long. Because I get 1,000, obviously, like last week, 47 people came here, and it was like,
Yeah.
47 people asked me, and it's like,
So,
what does that mean? I don't know.
so can we, when we get,
Teaser.
can we get some posters in here?
Yeah, actually, that'd be quite nice, because then I can go, it's up there, and then.
Because then, yeah, if it's up there, you go and have a look, you
I
know?
just have them on the table.
Yes,
Yeah,
leaflets, just sort of around, because.
So this is a massive space, but also,
So with the kids and everything coming in over the summer and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know, it would be good to have some leaflets and some posters in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there is an upcoming events one up there, I can see that.
oh,
Yeah,
And I can see the summer activities, school activities one
okay.
Yeah.
up there.
Then I'm gonna bring this is negative again, not negative, but like this is so, you've got it on there, lovely, and it's a teaser, and then someone goes, what, on the MK, there's one of the MK play, and he goes, well, what is this one? I go, oh, I don't know. Because, so I know, I
So
think
can we have a bit
it's
more of a
being more. I would really sort to be a pain.
I would just say, if anyone does ask, everything is fully on the website,
Yes.
it's in detail.
I do that, but then if we've got someone who doesn't go on a
Yeah, I mean,
website
that's.
and rings up the office book and things like that. So today I sat with a family lady and had to do it on my phone
Yeah,
to go. This was one of the suggestions about laptops and stuff, because it's like, there you go, let's get you all
Yeah,
there. You
yeah,
can sort it
yeah.
out straight away. Do you know
yeah,
what
I
mean?
get what
Is
you're
it-
saying, but we have got a lot of activities on there, and to then list
I know.
everything.
No, it's just I think that's one of them, because on your
It's the
plan,
team dynamic.
it's your play associations, you've
Oh.
only got two. If you look at it, it only looks like there's two. One is
One is Bristol,
from 9, no, not play association, the Caldecott,
yeah,
there's actually 4,
yes.
and it shows one is 9:30 to 12:45, it's not, that's actually
It's
2.
yeah.
The second afternoon is actually 2, so people are going, that's a long time, they only used to be 2 hours, and I went, well, no, they've gone down to an hour and a half, and then they're looking at that going, that's longer.
But
It's
yeah.
little things
Can we
that I
perhaps,
get asked regularly.
can we perhaps, the month planner is great, but can we have events this week?
That could be a bit
Yeah.
creative.
You know,
Yeah.
because then if someone's at a bit of a loose end on a Monday and they go, oh, there's something at Caldecott, I wonder if there's any spaces, we might get some more spaces filled.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna do anything else, because the Walton Fest, we did the teaser and people didn't take their children because they didn't realise from the, I can tell people that there's gonna be face painting, there's gonna be this and that there. And there were people went, oh, I could brought my kids to this, but they thought it was more.
I'm gonna disagree because there was lots.
No, I'm just saying that there were people
Yeah.
who didn't from the advertising, because I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, but when you go on, so if I bring it up now, it literally just brings up like the advert, you then have to go and people scroll and go, oh, there's something on, that doesn't look like it, you have to go in and I know you and I